What's up, everybody? So this episode is going to be a mixture of car stuff. First, I'm going out to Attention to Details in Chesterton, Indiana. That is my buddy Brian's shop, where they do the expel clear wrap on cars. They do the paint correction, the high-end detailing. So anyway, I got a busted windshield on my RS7. 2 days ago, a rock hit it, just cracked it. Talking $1,200 plus installed by my friend. So Brian has a new process where they can put a clear wrap over the windshield. Obviously, I'm a little late on doing this. So when the new window goes in, I want to have him protect that. We're going to talk to him about that. My buddy Mike bought a badass Turbo Porsche that's there getting wrapped. I think it might be brand new. So we're going to look at that thing. I'm going to take it to Joe's shop, look at a awesome 70 GTX that my buddy bought. Joe's gonna do a whole restoration on it. Awesome color combo. It's a rare car. 4-speed. You guys are gonna like that a lot. On top of that, the Hemi Charger 500 is getting a lot of progress and it's looking pretty sweet. We'll go over what's going on with that, and last but not least, I will show you what's happening with the 76 Trans Am, because a lot of you have been waiting forever for an update on that car. And so have I. But it's things are happening now, so this will be a good episode, and here we go. Action.
Where have you been?
All right, I'm back at Attention to Details. Come to see my guys up here working hard. What are you doing, Jay?
There is, okay, so I did this Corvette mirror, and it's a multiple piece mirror. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But there's this, we're finalizing the car, and before we do that, we check every piece. Make sure all the edges are nice, make sure there's no fingers, no water. And if you come over here, I don't know if your camera will capture it.
It's important to check the piece.
There's a little bit of overhang right on this install.
Right here.
And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim it out
that out
and make it look symmetrical best as I can.
Cool looking car. I like the color on this one.
It's pretty mystic red.
There's Kenny from Attention to Details, Glock Guy 226 on Instagram. Working away on the Corvette. Man, you got a full house, huh?
Where you been, man? Busy.
I've been around. I came here to see your dad's new toy, which is right here.
Yeah, we're gonna start wrapping that probably in the next hour or two.
Wow. So this is a 2021 Porsche Turbo S.
Yes.
640 horsepower, 590 foot-pounds of torque, and I am told that this car runs 10.5s in the quarter mile. Damn, this thing is badass.
And it also has H&R lowering springs.
Does it?
Yes. So where the factory stance would give you an inch of extra height compared to that.
So your dad lowered it a little bit? Or
it came with the car.
It came with the car. Oh,
yeah.
It looks so tough sitting there like that. Jesus. I like the yellow calipers too.
It'll spin all 4 tires for like a 0.3 seconds, and it just grabs and goes.
Woo. Wicked, wicked little car, huh? He deserves it.
I
Damn.
Check out the door handles, open it up, watch.
I'd like that. I wouldn't mind this in my garage. Look, what do I do now?
When you hit on
Wow. It's like a spaceship. That's crazy. That's nuts.
They're really kind of hard to
See the inside of this thing.
Real sleek.
Sleek. Oh yeah. Oh, I gotta go for a ride with Mike in this one. It's back. Oh, I don't know if I want to ride with Mike. I think I want to be behind the wheel and not ride with Mike.
What about me, Rudy?
Oh, not you. That's Mike's son. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, folks. I tell this boy, hey, we're leaving the shop. You know, he's got an RS3. We're just gonna drive normal. We're gonna drive normal all the way home. No. Gotta do 130, 140 miles an hour all the way.
In Mexico, when we're driving in Mexico.
Through Mexico.
Not around here.
Dude, you're a madman. God, this car is just gorgeous. What's the name of the color? It's blue.
I forget the name of the blue.
Majestic.
Now, what was it, Jay? Huh? What was it? The color?
Yeah, you said it exactly.
I don't know that color.
Oh, I thought you knew.
I approve. Badass car.
It fits with the rest of his colors. You know.
Fits in with all of his other cars. Yeah, he's got a nice fleet going. Woohoo!
These headlights are insane. They're the new like Matrix LEDs.
Look at that camera in the front. So, complete clear wrap. Kenny, I gotta talk to you about my windshield on the RS7.
Yes.
I'm a day late and $1 short with protecting the glass, but isn't there a new film by Expel?
There is a new film.
What is it? What is it?
We haven't used it yet.
Oh.
Brian is the man to talk to. When he was down in Texas in February, he saw them apply it, the whole spiel.
The whole spiel?
Yep.
Well, we want to apply it on my new windshield soon.
Yep.
So I'm gonna talk to Brian, and God, it's expensive, dude. Just one little dink. You know, money that I was gonna spend on the Trans Am. No, you gotta buy a glass for your nice car.
Always something fun every year.
Yeah.
Just getting started.
Well, let's go talk to Brian.
At least we'll be protected.
Yeah. Well, we got Brian here, the owner of Attention to Details.
What's up, everybody?
Brian, I got a cracked windshield on the RS7.
Yes, I seen that.
Dude. So, you saw a new process out there. What's the deal with that?
So when I was at the Expel dealer conference this past February in San Antonio, Texas, they have this new product out that goes on the outside of your windshield. It's extremely pricey. It's like starts around 600, 650 bucks.
Of course.
So I'm getting some more feedback on it, but it is very difficult to put on.
Really?
You have to know it, yes.
Wow.
So, and it's got, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think it's a 3 or a 4 year warranty on it.
Okay.
Kind of like the NASCAR. There, it comes with 2 sheets. So when one gets bad, you can literally pull this sheet off and the other one is stuck to the windshield.
No way.
They've had great success. It was out a few years ago, but they pulled it because of some problems. They developed it again, and now it's supposed to be pretty good. I seen it there. It's really thick. The clarity is amazing through it.
I was going to say, does it look like you wouldn't even notice it's there?
No, you don't even know it's there. So, yeah, we're going to get some more information on it.
The new windshield with a deal is still $1,300.
Yeah, that's nuts.
So I'll be interested in at least protecting it down the road when you're ready.
No, I'll have that stuff available here hopefully soon, and then get the guys trained. They'll send someone here to train on it. So
when I get some things out of the way, I'm going to bring the RS7 back here, get the wheels ceramic and some other things done. But so thanks. I just want to talk about the today. And
car sounds awesome when you pulled in too.
Did it?
Which, yeah.
I can't wait to hear this thing. Jesus,
This is insane. Dude.
God.
From Mike's house to here, and my God, 145 in a heartbeat.
Oh, I'm sure.
And that wasn't even to the floor. That was just cruising along with Jay, and it was like, fuck it.
Badass machine.
Yeah. But Mike's got in it. Kenny's experienced it twice. Last Sunday, Mike took it for a drive out here, and he'll just be cruising and put it to the floor. All 4 tires will break loose just for a split second. Go like this and then grab and go.
Wow.
So it's a pretty intense machine.
Better be sweet for for the money this thing costs. Oh, it's got templates. Okay.
Ready, Rudy?
Ready, Daddy-O. German sewing machine.
Matrix, it's a new matrix system it's called.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like split into fours.
Oh wow, look at that. That's pretty wild.
And then you hit the dash, it says 225 top speed on the dash.
Does it?
Yeah, when you're done with
225 mile per hour speedo. I'd get in serious trouble with this car. Man, that Porsche is awesome. All right, now I'm gonna stop at Audi to pay for my new windshield, and then we're going to Joe's house to see this new Mopar that showed up, 1970 GTX. So here we go. Look at that. That is cool as hell. Definitely looks like a Mopar, huh? Bright orange with steel wheels. So this GTX is kind of rare. It's a 440 4-barrel 4-speed bench seat car. Not many made at all.
I'm gonna pull the rear end and springs out and pull the bumper, rear bumper, and all that bullshit, and then pretty much leave it for a while.
I wonder what these numbers are.
I have no idea, man. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that's weird. I've never seen that on a Mopar. I've looked at 10 million of them. Huh. 3-speed wiper. Power brakes. Front
Yeah, it's
front disc.
Or no, 36,155.
Jeez. Must have just sat and sat and sat for a long time.
Yeah, wow, the guy that owned it had it stored for like 25 years.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this was in the barn find section of McCacken.
Yes,
that's why
it
it's
was.
that's why it's got the sticker on the headlight.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it was there.
That's right. I did see this at the show. I wonder if I have footage of it there.
Probably do it.
Let me dig around and look.
Body style. This is how you
Oh,
see
yeah.
cars in Chicago. Seriously.
They look good all orange with that orange 440 under the hood, you know?
Yeah.
All right, back to the 1969 Hemi Charger 500. Joe's been wet sanding the whole car down. He took the fenders off the car so he can realign them and get the body gaps much nicer. The doors were realigned. He's got the front and back spacing a lot better, and the door fits, tighter on the bottom. It was kind of sticking out a little bit, but man, that paint is really coming out great. He then measured his ass off and applied that unique 500 tail stripe on this car, and it looks perfect. The 500 lines up right with that body line, and he did a great job. So lots happening with this thing. Hopefully there's going to be a lot of progress, and I'll do a video all on this car by itself soon. So keep watching if you want to see more on this rare Hemi Charger 500, because when this thing's done, it's going to be a big money car.
Pretty cool stuff so far in this video. Man, that Porsche is so cool. So now we're gonna talk about the Trans Am. A long time ago, when I started the channel, I started doing videos on this 76 Trans Am I've got here. It's a 455 4-speed car, Starlight Black. It's gotta be a real low mile car. It didn't have the correct speedometer in it when I got the car, but it was set to 50-something thousand miles. And I don't know, I'm thinking maybe they did set the mileage before they put the speedo back in this car. It could be actual miles, because the car is so rust-free so far. It's amazing. So I'll show you what's going on with this for those of you that subscribed to this channel a million years ago to see what's up with this car. I'm finally starting to take it apart. My buddy Joe, who's doing the restorations on those Mopars, he's gonna paint this one. I'm not sure how far I'm going just yet, but the more I look at this car, the more it deserves to be done right. And I'm gonna show you how nice this thing is as far as the sheet metal so far. So let's take a look at what's going on. I've got a bunch of parts laid out here, and tell you more about it. So from what I can tell, this has a 1973 Trans Am 455 in it. I believe it's a 73 455 automatic transmission motor, I think. I'll have to look at the numbers again, but I scored the correct motor for this, which is a really rare motor, super hard to find. There's a whole other story on that in the other videos, but anyway, the motor is just about finished. It's taken forever to get, it's not my friend's fault, he's the engine builder, but just getting parts for anything these days, as some of you know, is insane. So the motor's finally getting wrapped up. I'll show you a picture of it, of what it looks like. And when we remove the drivetrain here, I'm taking the subframe out, gonna have it powder coated, probably take the rear end out, do the same thing, because the bottom of this car has a lot of original red primer on it still. The floor pans are absolutely perfect. So I'm thinking I wanna do this car as nice as I can without getting into a total rotisserie job, you know, like I did on the 71 Cuda. And I've done it before on another Cuda, and it's a huge project when you start doing that stuff. But the more I start taking this apart, the more I'm realizing it's another huge project. So as you can see here, I've got a lot of the parts off so far. Just starting to pick away, getting the stainless trim off, all the roof rail channel stuff out of there. And I took a ride. I was down in Tennessee, and I went to F-Body Warehouse, and I got all brand new leaf springs, all front end rebuild kit. I got body bushings, the whole shot. He's a really good dude to deal with, and just all around good prices on everything, and he took real good care of me. So I'll get more into later what I got from him, but I'm gonna pretty much rebuild all the suspension and get the stance, you know, I'm going to drop it about maybe an inch with these leaf springs, because the factory height on these is pretty high on a lot of them, and I think it just needs to sit down a little more, but not lowered. Do not want that lowered look on this Trans Am. The good thing is, throughout buying this car, this whole time I've been buying and restoring parts along the way. So I have another set of grills I sent out and had them completely restored. I'll show you a picture of those. So those are all ready to go. I've got a lot of things sitting and waiting. That tube up there is a NOS Hoodbird, which since I've bought it, they've doubled in price. I pulled the original tire out of the trunk, and the original inflator canister rolled out from underneath it. I'm like, holy shit, that's cool. Everything was there, the jack, the tire iron, so the whole trunk mat was in there. Super nice original trunk mat. I'll take you back to the back of the car here. When I first bought the car, I thought maybe there was like some fiberglass in here. I'm like, maybe somebody did the trunk, you know, welded some trunk pan in, but no. It's some kind of Z-barding or something, some kind of rust proofing, because this car is insanely solid. I've been told that this is one of the first places a Trans Am will rust out, and this thing is super, super clean. Nice dry metal. We've had the fuel tank out of this car, and the whole underneath trunk pan is mint. So it's definitely just some coating they put. You can see it's sprayed all over everything. You know, it's like a not an undercoating. I don't know what you'd call it, but some type of rust proofing that was done years ago, and it's up in the quarters and stuff. So that probably was a lifesaver for this car, and I'm guessing this car was probably garage kept for a long time. It's the car's an original Canadian car, like a Canada export car, that ended up in South Dakota for a long time, ended up in Northwest Indiana here, and now it's here in my hands. So I got the PHS documentation on it, and that's how I found out the car was originally sent to Canada when it was built. So far, my intentions are complete paint job. We're doing it right. We're stripping the whole car down to nothing, taking the dash out. And I know when I get to that point, I'm going to say, you know what, let's put another rotisserie. We might as well, and flip it over. The bottom is so nice and original. It's got that black stuff on it too, like sprayed, but I'll show you some photos I shot of the bottom. So the bottom of the car is super clean. It's got the red primer still in most of it, and there's some of that black undercoating type stuff sprayed here and there, but my intentions were to originally clean it up and then just leave it original. Like pressure wash it, see what it looks like, degrease it, get a nice, you know, feel of what the whole bottom will look like finished, and not touch it. But we may just take it down anyway and then do the red primer over again and have it looking perfect. We will see. All right, as you can see, the shaker bubble is bolted to the inside of the hood. Somebody made brackets. You know, they probably took the air cleaner off years ago, which is part of that whole shaker deal. It lost it, got rid of it, changed carburetors, whatever, and then just bolted the shaker to the hood. And it's funny, I post this project in a Facebook group saying, hey, I'm gonna finally tear my car apart and repaint it. And of course, somebody's first comment, what's up with the shakers, the scoop on the hood? I'm like, I didn't do that. I'm gonna fix it. And right away, you need to fix that. I'm like, I'm taking the whole car apart. What do you think I'm gonna do? Just leave it like that after it's restored? You know, no matter what you're doing and trying to showcase and show people, somebody's gonna go point something out just to be a dick online, and it's, you know, it's so common, and just expect it when you're doing a car like this. Anyway, deck lid is super nice. There's no rust popping out anywhere on the seams. Everything is so clean on this car. I already took the window trim to have it polished. I thought it was stainless, but my buddy Joe says it looks aluminum. So we're having it polished. I'm gonna try to find someone that could re-anodize it, because he said the aluminum, even polished, will spot if I get water on it when I wash it. So I guess I gotta have somebody anodize that trim when it's done. For some unknown reason, the car has the wrong hood bird on it, the wrong decals. These are decals off of a special edition or limited edition car. They call it the German style font, and the traditional Trans Am font or letter style is more blockier and different looking and bigger. So it's going to have the correct stickers on it, the correct hood bird, which will be gold. That one's silver. And these sail panel area birds do not belong there. I love those. I love them on the car, but it gets the little metal emblem that sticks on. I'll show you what that looks like. So I don't know why this car has the wrong stickers on it. It's obviously never been T-boned. It's never been wrecked. I mean, the thing is so perfect underneath. The floor pans, everything. When we're taking the front end apart, all the bolts, you could just tell everything has been original. All these things have not been off, with the exception of the front bumper cover, when they must have painted this thing and put the wrong decals on it at some point in its life, maybe in the 80s. At first when I got the car, I thought it could have been a special edition car because of the decals, and I did all my research, got the PHS on it, and it was not. So it kept throwing me off. Like, why did someone put the wrong stickers on it? I'll never know. But maybe they just, maybe they had a ex-girlfriend that keyed the whole thing. And so since my buddy is pretty backed up for probably 4 or 5 months, what I'm doing now, stripping the car down, restoring every little part I can until this car is ready to go to Joe's to do the paint and the body and paint. So it's a long process, but at least everything will get taken care of. And when the time is right, when that thing's back in paint, I'll have all these components ready to put right back on the car. I do have one thing restored so far out of the 10,000 parts that have to go back on. That's my intentions. Get every little thing replaced, restored, cleaned up, whatever, in preparation for the reassembly. Once this thing is brand new looking, all the paint's beautiful, you're not going to want to put one little rusty screw back on this car. Trust me, I've done it a bunch of times, and it's going to drive you nuts. You want everything looking perfect. So first thing I did was restore the horns. These looked terrible, of course. I'm taking all the little components, I blast them in a blasting cabinet, or take the brackets to the powder coater, get them, they'll just take care of the whole thing there, blast it, clean it, dip it, whatever, powder coat it. But you know, so the horns, I took them, I used Gorilla Tape, which is a heavy black tape, like duct tape. This whole housing is plastic. Most people would probably just take this and shoot the whole thing gloss black. No way. So I taped it off carefully, one side at a time, in the blasting cabinet, blasted all the metal clean, and then I used aircraft stripper in a can and just lightly with a toothbrush went over the plastic, and it made it look perfect. Got whatever residue was on it over the years and masked it off, taped it all, shot it satin black, and the horns are definitely ready to go. I'll put those away, wrap them up, put them on the shelf until the car is ready for reassembly. This whole rear bumper cover, this is not the way this is supposed to be. It's like flipped up from years of being stuck under the license or over the license plate bracket. So I have to pretty much find a better cover. I highly doubt that can be fixed and have it go back to normal with decades of being stuck like this. It's thick rubber. And so I'll be on the hunt for another bumper cover. There was an NOS one on eBay. NOS rear bumper cover for 76 Trans Am. Literally 45 minutes from my house. eBay deal. Make an offer. I go, I'll make an offer. I will buy it. Can I come pick it up because shipping's $125? Nope, this is an auction. I go, it's not an auction. It's buy it now. You won't let me pick up your bumper cover. It's 45 minutes away. I gotta spend $125 to ship it. I'll go buy another one. And here's the taillights. To replace these would cost hundreds of dollars to find nicer ones. There's no reason I need to find replacement taillights. These are really nice condition. I'm gonna take them apart. I'm gonna wash them in hot soapy water. These come apart, obviously. Get this black plastic looking brand new. Remove all the old gaskets, and then I'm gonna hand polish the lens area, the outside, with compounds and get them super shiny and cleaned up again. And then I'll be able to redo this thin chrome striping, this silver striping on each lens, making it look brand new. I'll mask them off, I'll reshoot the flat silver around the edges and make them look like a brand new lens. Well, kind of close, but I'll make them look as good as I can, and there's no way in hell I need to replace these with, you know, NOS lenses or a nicer looking set, because I know I can make these look spectacular. Quadrajet. So I'm probably sending this thing out to one of the big Quadrajet guys to have it completely rebuilt, have all the proper coatings put back on it, you know, the finish, and get it ready for that 455. This is a 262 carburetor. It ends in 262. I can't remember the whole number right now, but the weird thing is the PHS documentation called for a 261, and lots of guys online are like, I never even heard of a 261. And my friend's like, I don't think it exists. We looked for like a year to find this carburetor, a 261. And one of the big Trans Am guys down in Florida told me, he goes, if you find one, expect to pay $1,500 for it. So it's got to be, I don't know if it was just not used much or if it's just on these cars, but it's a very tough carburetor to find. And I bought the 262. It's basically, I guess, the same carburetor. Very, very close anyway. I'm definitely going with that. So I buy this carb, I'm getting ready to send it out. My buddy Keith, who's a big Trans Am freak up in Illinois, he finds a 261 25 minutes from my house, like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, are you kidding me? So he now owns one, and he has like 5 Trans Ams, so it's definitely going to his build. And I'm like, that's great. Congratulations, buddy. One thing that sucks is with these rubber bumper deals, some of the nuts, the bolts they're embedded into this rubber, and some of them just spin inside the rubber. You can ratchet all day and it's not coming off because the entire bolt spins. I got everyone off except it's always the last one that never wants to come off. Isn't it funny? The last one. So I got to cut the nut off here, but this is one last bracket that's going to go out with the rest of the powder coater. I'm assuming it gets like a satin black, and get these babies off. I got to get up in there with the impact if I can get to them, get these pulled off. And a lot of stuff is going straight to the powder coater, so it's all going to be ready to go when this car is painted. One other thing I'm sure I'm going to definitely want to do is take these wheels back down and reshoot them, or try to find nice originals. They are original honeycombs, and this car definitely gets silver honeycombs. It does not get the gold ones. It's not a SE or LE car, so it gets the gold bird, gold lettering, and silver honeycombs, which is a really cool look. And I painted them silver, but it's the wrong shade of silver. They're too silver. They're too bright. The originals are more of a darker, kind of a, I don't want to say duller, but you Pontiac guys, oh my God, you Pontiac guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. Hang on, my mom's calling. I plan on obviously taking out the drivetrain, painting all under the hood, you know, making it super nice the way it's supposed to look, and God, getting the motor painted the correct blue. It's not the old Pontiac baby blue. It's not the silver blue like a 67 GTO silvery blue. That's wrong. Everyone, a lot of guys, I should say not everyone, paint these Trans Am motors the wrong shade of blue. At least this 76, maybe 75s too. I don't know. I'm not an expert on these cars. I'm learning as I go, but I have a lot of friends that are really into them. It's supposed to be basically an Oldsmobile 455 color, which is like a nice turquoise looking blue. Not quite like that, but you guys will know out there what I'm talking about. So I got to get the paint soon. Joe's going to spray it out of a gun and get it looking the way it should. I've got the aftermarket exhaust manifolds. I cannot remember who makes them at this time, but they're like ported nice and big. They look like the old school cast manifolds, and I had them powder coated with high heat, high temp cast gray, and they're wrapped up on the shelf over there. So lots of things are ready to go for this car, and thank God I've been, like I said, thank God I've been buying stuff and restoring things this whole time, getting ready for this, because I know what an undertaking it is to do a car like this. By the time I showcase this thing again, there should be major progress. It's not going to be very soon, I'm sure, to get to the body and paint. However, I'm going to be restoring and replacing lots of components, getting them ready to put right back on the car. So I find it's better to collect parts for like 2 years and get everything possible before even starting a car. One reason is because money. If you just blindly go into something like this, tear it all down, not knowing that you have to buy all these little bolt kits and replace things and restore all these components, you will freak out, especially if you're dealing with a shop, a high-end restoration shop, where they're gonna say, we need this now, we need this right now, we need this, go and get this, we're gonna order this, and you're gonna see a million things you have to pay for quickly. So my advice to you is, if you're gonna start a big project, tearing down a car, doing a full restoration, start right now buying everything you can in time. You know, it's a lot easier on your wallet too, buying them over about a year or two and in advance before starting a project. It's so nice when you go to put a car like this back together and you've got shelves full of parts that are ready or restored, and you don't have to go nuts, just, you know, your credit card's going insane. That's the way I like to do a car. So anyway, just some advice. Unless you're a millionaire and don't care. A lot of people keep asking, when are you gonna start the Mustang? I'm like, it's gonna be a while. I got a major project going on here. So that car's still just sitting, looking good. Every time I come out here, I look at that car, I'm like, what a score. I just absolutely love that thing. And it's probably gonna go into long-term storage soon for like a year. And I'm bringing the CUDA back home until I can build a nice building on the property here. I've got 3 acres. My plans are to build a building out here in the woods, out in front of the house in the corner over here. Then I could buy more cars and just, you know, stare at them. All right, thanks for watching this video. I have no idea what's coming next. It could be more muscle car stuff. I'm trying to get to my friend's house down the street who has crazy fast exotics. He's not happy unless he's doing 220 miles an hour. It's every car's mega horsepower in the thousands. So I'm gonna see what he has to say. We'll go back to Joe's, check on the Hemi Charger 500 again. I'm shooting a whole project in my basement that some of you are gonna find to be real interesting. And I'm not gonna say what it is just yet, but there's a video coming on that. And because obviously I'm not happy unless I have insane projects going on and my mind is just going nuts every day. So I guess I'm a slave to projects and I must love it. All right, we'll see you. Please follow, like the videos. I don't care if you dislike them anymore because you can't see it. So please like, subscribe, tell your friends about Rudy's World. I mean, if you want to. And we'll see you next time.